Okay, picture your dad at a family reunion. He used to hike a 14,000-foot mountain every summer. Now he makes it to the parking lot, finds a nice rock, and cheers everyone else on while eating a granola bar. That's it. That's his adventure now. His summit days are over. Or are they? Hey, what if I told you right now, today, you can strap a 4-pound robot to your waist and suddenly your legs get a 40% upgrade? What if I told you it costs less than a good road bike and charges with a USB-C cable? And what if I told you that it's not science fiction? It's not a prototype. It's not just for ultra athletes who eat gravel for breakfast. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Today I'm talking about the Hypershell exoskeleton, what it actually is, how it works, why it's more clever than it looks, and why I genuinely think this thing could be one of the most meaningful pieces of tech that real average human beings can buy right now. Not just for the hiking fanatics and endurance freaks, but for your grandfather, your friend with mobility issues, your family who just wants to stay together on the trail a little longer. Let's dive into it. First, let's establish what a hypershell actually is, because when most people hear exoskeleton, their brain goes full Iron Man. They picture that giant titanium suit with rocket boots and a heads-up display and someone saying Jarvis every time they are riding in it. That's not what I'm talking about. This is better, kind of. I would totally take that Iron Man suit, but it's real and you can buy it right now. The Hypershell X is a hip-mounted, AI-powered wearable designed to reduce strain on the lower body. It weighs only 3.9 pounds, which kind of surprises me because it looks a little bulkier than that, but it features a high-performance motor capable of providing up to 1 horsepower and 40 newton meters of torque assistance, or in the Top Gear language, they called them torques. It straps around your waist like a belt with arms that come down along your outer thighs, and that's it. There's no attachment to your calves. No pivot point at your shin or knee, just your hips and your thighs. And here's where the engineering gets genuinely elegant. The device seems to work by assisting the hip flexor, the muscle that drives your thigh up and forward. It senses the movement in your legs and pulls up on your hamstring before pushing down on your quad as your leg begins to drop. It's using the biggest, most powerful movement in your stride, the hip swing, and giving it a boost. So if you think about it, when you're going uphill, the thing that kills you isn't your calves. It's the effort of picking up your entire leg back up off the ground and swinging it forward again over and over for thousands of steps. The Hypershell essentially makes your legs lighter, and this translates to a 66-pound reduction in perceived weight. That's a lot, making activities like hiking, running, and daily walking significantly easier. I kind of think about it like this. If you're a 200-pound person, suddenly you're a 134-pound person. If you're a 180-pound person, suddenly you're 120 pounds. That's kind of crazy. 66 pounds. That is like hiking without a toddler on your back and carrying them the whole weight. Anyway, I also remember my brother-in-law saying that he carried a 70-pound pack when he was in the military. Basically, that pack is gone. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, one reviewer described taking the first step with it as feeling like the leg is being puppeted and pulled as if my knee is on a string, which sounds a little weird until you realize that weird feeling is a sensation of effort being taken away from you. Turns out we're just not used to our legs being easy. Now here's where it gets cool from a tech perspective, because this isn't just a motor strapped to your butt. The Hypershell X apparently uses over a dozen sensors, including IMUs, gyroscopes, and barometers for whatever reason, to constantly monitor your movement and position it in a 3D space. It knows how fast you're moving and whether you're going uphill or downhill, and if you're accelerating or slowing down. With just 0.03 seconds of latency, the AI motion engine detects your movement intentions and then in real time automatically adjusts assistance to deliver precise support. It sounds kind of crazy, almost telepathic to me a little bit. With every additional step, the motion engine adapts to your stride signature and unique biomechanics, evolving into a personalized exoskeleton tailored just for you. It's learning how you walk. It's getting smarter about your specific gait every time you use it. That's kind of wild to me. Your hiking boots don't do that. I don't know that your hiking partners do that. Your trekking poles don't. Your granola bar definitely doesn't do that. And that latency of only 30 milliseconds, I've heard that your brain takes over 200 milliseconds to consciously register a sensation. This Hypershell is responding to your movement before you're even aware you've made it. Now, what's also interesting to me is that the Hypershell comes in several different models. The Go X provides half a horsepower output with the entry-level AI motion engine. The Pro X doubles that to a full horsepower with the standard motion engine and dual batteries. The Carbon X matches the Pro X in power, but in a lighter frame made from advanced materials. And then there's the new X Ultra, which kind of blows my mind, delivers 1,000 watts of elite power, a 30-kilometer battery range, I don't know, 14 miles-ish, and 12 intelligent motion modes. The Hypershell X Series starts at $800, $799, and the Pro X runs $1199. The Carbon and the Ultra are at the top of the range, and for reference, a comparable product from Arc'teryx, I think is how it's pronounced, I think. Anyway, it costs $4,500. So Hypershell definitely is available for a fraction of that, and it charges with the same USB-C cable that you use in the MacBook and your mouse and your AirPods and your new iPhones and Samsung Galaxies or whatever. And this is a product that went through Kickstarter, raised over $1 million from backers, and then actually shipped. So it's like the only Kickstarter that I've heard of. It's been a huge success. Anyway, the first major consumer exoskeleton went on sale in January of this year, and it won the Best of Innovation in Robotics at CES 2025, which is not a participation trophy. All right, this is the part of the Hypershell story that genuinely intrigues me. I have a friend. He suffered a brain injury and he's heavily paralyzed on one side of his body. He can get around with a cane, but his affected side is a real challenge. And when I started looking into the Hypershell, I couldn't stop thinking about him specifically. Most of the marketing seems to be aimed at hikers, endurance athletes, people who want to go faster and farther. And yes, that's fine, awesome. But what about someone who just wants to walk to the end of the block without their weaker leg becoming a liability, or falling, or not being able to do it, or just kind of giving up on life and just sitting in your chair all day? What about someone who wants a little more power on the side that isn't cooperating? Here's what the research actually says about this. One user with impaired thigh and hip muscles on one side wrote that wearing the Hypershell made walking feel smooth and easy, especially on the right side where her muscles were more impaired. She said it made her feel like she was walking more balanced, not slogging around on the weaker side the way she normally does. That's not a fitness review. That's someone describing a fundamental change in how they move through the world. Now, let's be clear. Hypershell is not a certified medical device. It's designed for individuals who walk independently, and safe and effective use requires the ability to lift your legs and maintain balance without assistance. So it's not a replacement for a medical exoskeleton, which is available, and it's not a clinical rehabilitation tool either. Part of me says that when you say those things, it might be able to be used for those things, but there's just no way in hell you're going to go and try to get that kind of certification because it's just another level. But for someone who can walk with a cane and just needs a little more push on one side, that's worth a serious conversation with the doctor, because if the entry-level model, which is around $800, can deliver even partial assistance to a weaker leg on someone who can otherwise ambulate independently, that's a life-changing purchase. And the higher power Pro X or Carbon X with a full horsepower behind it, it would deliver noticeably more assistance where it's needed most. So, can you bias it to help one leg more than the other? It's not something that I've explicitly seen demonstrated by Hypershell yet. And the device is symmetrical by design. But given that the AI adapts to your individual gait, and your gait is inherently asymmetric anyway, that's the kind of question I think it's worth asking Hypershell directly. So if you're in that situation or you know someone who is, let me know in the comments. Has anyone actually tried this for one-sided mobility issues? I'd love to know. Now let me tell you about another scenario that hit a little closer to home for me personally. My family used to climb 14ers. For the uninitiated, a 14er is a mountain peak above 14,000 feet. In Colorado alone, there are 58 of them. So we would have a family reunion and it would be in the Rocky Mountain air, and everybody's either summiting, turning back at halfway points, or watching from the picnic table. Now, every year the ratio continues to slip. Fewer people make it all the way. Fewer people even get to the interesting parts of the trail, and the gap between the fast hikers and the struggling hikers gets wider and wider. Somebody's always waiting. Somebody's always feeling like the group is inconvenienced by them. Some people feel like they're inconveniencing the group. There have been times recently where I have just given up before I've reached the summit myself. There have been times when I've gotten to the false summit and then realized I'm not at the summit, and that's even more depressing. But the whole thing kind of breaks my heart a little bit when you've got such a disparity of people that are running up the trails and the people that don't even want to tackle them. So enter the Hypershell. One 80-year-old hiker who described herself as an octogenarian still passionate about hiking hills and forest trails wrote that she was thrilled with the assist her Hypershell gave her on a mountain walk in Idaho, keeping up with her unassisted companions. An octogenarian, hiking mountains, keeping up with a 4-pound robot on her waist. One reviewer noted that people stopped her on the trail 3 times to tell her she was cheating by wearing the exoskeleton. And she pointed out that for someone who might not otherwise reach the summit at all, This device is the difference between experiencing a 14,000 summit and never getting to that moment. Cheating, right? Yeah, because apparently mountain police have nothing better to do than get out there and belittle people on a hiking trail, whatever. It actually also makes me wonder if you should just have one with you anyway, even if you are a good experienced hiker. What if you get stuck in a storm or the weather changes and you need to start hoofing it out of there in a hurry? What about strapping something like this on as an emergency device so that you can do twice the distance at twice the speed with half as much effort, especially if it gets windy or the conditions change, so that you can get out of harm's way faster too? I mean, I think it actually could be a really good insurance policy for the people who might not even need it, but might want that extra help if they do. My point about the family outings is this: the Hypershell isn't just about making fast hikers faster. It takes people who have been gradually excluded from the activity that they love and brings them back into the range. And that changes the entire calculus of a family outing. Grandma gets to summit, or at least sees part of the trail. Dad doesn't have to turn back. The 60-year-old aunt with the bad hip gets to see the views she hasn't seen in 10 years. The Go X reduces exertion by 20%. The Pro X reduces it by 30%. 30% on a 14er with the altitude already doing its number on your cardiovascular system. 30% less exertion is not a minor improvement. That's pretty significant. And that might be the exact margin that determines whether someone makes it or not. And the battery, the Pro X, Carbon X offer a battery range of 10.8 miles on a charge, with fast charging that gets you to 50% in about 35 minutes. For a 14er day hike, that's plenty of coverage. And for longer treks, the swappable battery system means you can carry extras, which is pretty awesome. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pete, this is a hiking device. Yes. But I'm also thinking about golf courses. People are walking the course with these things, and before you roll your eyes at it, think about who plays golf. A huge proportion of golfers are over 60. They have to be. They're the people that are retired or don't have a work schedule are the ones that can get on the course the most. A lot of them are dealing with knees, hips, and fatigue that turns 18 holes into a survival exercise. And walking 18 holes is 3 to 4 miles. That's not a trivial amount of distance for someone managing joint pains. The Hypershell can take that walk and make it something that people with diminished capacity can do without wrecking themselves, which means they stay in the game literally and figuratively, still get their exercise without having to just jump on an electric cart. So the same principle applies to anything that involves sustained walking. Theme parks, long travel days, airport concourses that were clearly designed by someone who wanted to test the limits of human suffering. The Hypershell just potentially makes all of that easier. I'll be honest, when I first saw this thing, my initial reaction was, that's a cool gadget for extreme sport nerds. But then I kept thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this is potentially one of those products that looks like a niche novelty until you map it into real human lives. One reviewer said she has a daughter with mobility issues, not a specific diagnosis shared, just mobility challenges, and that the Hypershell gave her daughter the confidence back to keep up with her peers without assistance. She said she would make the purchase 100 times over for a 4-pound robot on a kid's waist. That's what good tech actually looks like. Not the version that already makes capable people look more impressive, the version that takes someone who's been quietly losing ground, losing experiences, losing participation, losing the thing they love, and gives it back to them. The Hypershell starts at $799 at one CES 2025. It charges with USB-C. It weighs less than your laptop bag, and it might be the thing that lets your dad summit the mountain again, or your aunt enjoy more of the trail, or you just keeping up with your little ones in an amusement park. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to buy one just to try it, and I don't even have a pressing need for it yet, but honestly, that might be the highest compliment I can give to a product. If you've tried one, I'm curious. If you know someone who's using it for mobility issues, not just for athletics, drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know, because I also want to know if this is something that I could refer to some of my friends who don't think that they have any other options on improving their mobility without getting into a wheelchair. That's my thought for today. Peter Von Panda, out.